Hey guys, welcome to the shop. This week I've got some lathe work and some mill work. We're going to be adapting a pretty neat and expensive magnetic drive stirrer for my work. So let's go in the shop and get started. Alright guys, so here is the project that I want to do today, and it is part of a reactor from my work, and I'm doing a favor for a colleague. So I need to adapt this so it will work. And what this is a stirrer for a reactor, a mag drive stirrer. Very, very expensive piece. We have a bunch of them, and over time they wear out, and sometimes they discontinue them and you can't get parts. So this one needs to be adapted to our current setups so it will work. So let me show you this. I'll explain to you a little more of what it is, and we'll get started making this thing work. Alright, so I apologize for background noise, but it is like 89 degrees and very humid today, so I got a fan going. But like I said before, this is a magnetic stirrer, and what this thing is made to do is stir a high temperature, high pressure vessel without the stirring rod having to go through packing and stuff that would give, potential leakage. So it has a outside ring of magnets that are ran on this outside piece, separated by a pressure vessel, which is inside here. Basically, it's got a vessel in there, and inside that vessel is another ring of magnets that run a stirring rod. It's just a very expensive stirrer, but we run a lot of these, 20 at a time or more, and they need to be extremely reliable. If one of these stops because of a malfunction or something, it can cost thousands of dollars and potentially months of runtime that are lost due to the reaction, or the stirrer stopping and potentially messing up the results of the experiment. So I need to adapt this. We cannot get parts for our current models that have really just the outside body here has a V-groove in it and a belt runs around the outside. Well, this is a totally different model. Basically the same deal, except for it's driven different. This one gets driven from the top, so I need to adapt this top, which is pretty cheesy and flimsy right now, to a pulley, and it needs to be able to handle the pressure of the belt that pulls on it, and it needs to be extremely reliable. So let me get my stuff together. I'll show you what I'm going to do to fix this thing to where it'll work the way that they want it to, and we'll get started making it. Alright, so let's get the top off here. Now this little plug is aluminum, this little drive, and like I said, it's made to power it straight in and not have a belt pulling on it to the side. So I need to make a flange that's wider than this, that comes up and has a 3/4 inch shaft on it, so that pulley will mount. Then I'll also have 3 mounting holes in the top of this, so I can spread that side load out. This was not designed currently for side load, so we're going to do our best to make this thing where it won't break. Check that out inside. You can see what I mean by this is actually a pressure vessel in here, but inside of this is some more magnets that is driven by the outside. You can see the outside rotates, the inside stays stationary. And also, if like the whatever is in the vessel that this is stirring, if it's solidified, the magnets will slip, and you don't have a direct drive to the stirrer, so it doesn't twist the stirrer off, break anything, until your stuff heats up, and becomes fluid again. They use these with waxes and stuff to stir hot waxes. So there you go. That's the plan. Make an adapter for this. That's a big slug, a 6061. That's what we're going to make it out of. Oh. Bad breath at you? That's, I've loved my little Harbor Freight saw. You know, sometimes these things get a bad rap, but I've had nothing but good luck with this thing. I did clean out the gearbox really well, and I installed an oil sight on it so I can see that my oil is clean and you know, getting where it needs to go. It's also got a drain. When you stand it up, you can drain it out, change it. So I'm just going around hitting all the critical oil spots on this thing. Definitely does not have a one-shot oil system. It's from 1942, I believe, Hindi, 16-inch swing, 30 inches between center. So it's a short lathe, but definitely, you know, got a massive bed on it. I really like this thing. It is not underpowered, that's for sure. But, you know, and I'm definitely not going to play with this slug of aluminum. I got to get this job done. I'm so far behind. I just got back from the 2019 Barzy Summer Bash. That was a wonderful event as far as me and Elizabeth are concerned. Stan done a wonderful job, and it was so well organized, and you know, went off without a hitch. Lots of viewers, lots of creators were there, and if you've never went or considering going, you should. It was wonderful. Other than the flight back to Kentucky. The flight back was an absolute nightmare. Me and Elizabeth had to sleep in Lubbock, Texas airport. We were 16 hours late getting home due to weather in Dallas. You should get a direct flight if you can. But, you know, we didn't have a choice. So it was great. You know, I wouldn't change a thing. It was a great experience. So if you've never been to the Bash, you should go. It's a lot of fun. Alright, so I got to turn down the shaft that fits in the bore of the pulley here. So it's just a heave thou over 3/4 of an inch and about 1 inch 100 thousandths long. So I'm just going to peel this thing. cool for a minute, take a measurement, and go from there. Alright, so I probably should have used a good sharp piece of high-speed steel that maybe break these chips a little better. I guess it really matters. Go. Looks all right. Now just flip it around and do the other side. And I need a 3/8 24 stud that sticks out about 300 thousandths. That will end here. And so I decided to swap out for a good sharp piece of high-speed steel. Probably what I should have been using all along, but if you don't have a chip hook, I should make you one. It's just out of a piece of bandsaw blade. Just ground the teeth off and then used a little Dremel tool with a stone. Made a hook in it. Plastic handle. It looks alright. So now I need a 3/8 24 stud sticking out of the bottom of this. Trim this thing down a bit. thread that. Should be good. Alright, so I've got a little custom ground parting blade here. We're going to put a thread relief at the base of the thread here. There we go. Now the thread has something to run into. Alright, so we're going to thread this thing with a die. 3/8 24. This thread is just pull it all together tight and make sure everything's centered, and then I'll come in with a rotary table and put the holes in it. But 3/8 24, and I'll just do it on the lathe using the tailstock to push this in. So for cutting aluminum fluid, yeah, WD-40 is cheap and works well. Also like the Tap Magic. That stuff's really good. So we're just going to use the tailstock to push up against this die and get it started straight. And then I'll have to flip this thing over to thread all the way to the back. So I'm just hand feeding the quill in, or just putting a little light pressure on this thing as it cuts. So it goes on relatively straight. Alright, so now I'll flip this die around. There's a holder or handle, and hopefully that'll thread it all the way back. Yeah, that was great. Alright, so this top should thread right on there, hopefully, and be good and flush. That threads on pretty good. So yeah, that's all it's going to be for, is to hold this together snug, and then I'll put some bolts in it. But we got to evenly space them on the rotary table on the mill so it doesn't look like junk. So let's get it out of the lathe and set it up in the mill. Alright, some of the spoils of the bash. Just, there's not all that I got, but the majority of it. Mostly stickers, which was fine with me. I did not win any door prizes at all, which I probably one of 2 or 3 people who didn't win something, which I was perfectly fine with. I was on a flight, so I couldn't carry anything anyway. But I did have a couple things given to me by viewers, and I really appreciate that. Some grinding wheels, a couple of horizontal milling cutters. Dale Dairy gave me some guards for my cutter grinder, and I got a parallel spreader made by Edge Technology. That was given to me by Mike Nixon, and a few more things. I don't want to try to go into it too deep. I'll forget somebody. So anyway, I really appreciate all the gifts, and just people coming up and shaking my hand. It was a pleasure. It really was. Didn't get to talk to a lot of the creators as much as I would like. Of course, they were definitely busy. They were doing what they were there to do, and that's talk to the viewers, not necessarily to me or to the host, Stan Zinkowski. We were there for the viewers. I really appreciate it too. Man, I had a lot of people come up, and a lot more than I was expecting, come up and shake my hand. So it was great. Tom Zlickman gave me a couple of his magnets. He sacrificed his whole event doing the live stream for the event, so I really want to say a personal thanks to Tom for all his hard work, and to Stan. That was an unreal event to have to put on. I couldn't imagine trying to do it myself. So here's my book that I got. Definitely a great book. Even the smaller printed version, it's almost the same thing. This has some extra information in it. So I need to, let's see, I'm going to do 1032. This is our top. It's not finished. Fixing to put our 3 screws in there. I'm going to do it 1032. So let's see. Our book. Most of them I know just offhand, but let's see. So is it 16? Yeah, 1032, drill size 21. So great, you know, book for reference. Mike Wiggins, he came up to me and gave me a Kearney and Trekker banner. Now this banner is modeled after the aluminum Kearney and Trekker sign that I have that was given to me by my buddy Jim Lichty. So I hope Jim Lichty's doing good. I haven't talked to him in a while. So anyway, just wanted to show you guys some of this stuff, man. You talk about a beautiful button. I got 2 of these, isn't it though? Look at that. Nice, huh? So, got 2 of them. My wife went, so I was lucky. Anyway, let's go over to the mill and let's put our holes in here. So just using a Indicol holder and thousandths round and sharp best test to center this rotary table. This wouldn't be even necessary for a one-off like this unless you want to know exactly how big your bolt circle is going to be. And I want to know that simply because it's possible that I may have to make more than one of these, and these being interchangeable would be nice. And it's always good not to guess. So that's all I'm doing. A lot of times, you know, these are easier. Take a little more time maybe to get set up, but they don't require the real estate, you know, that you use doing it the common way. Because I mean, you're talking, you know, another 4 to 6 inches needed to use one of these over something like this, and I don't even have to take my drill chuck out. So that's nice. So we're using an extended center drill. Sometimes it's really nice to have those. So extended center drill, basic indexing. We need 3 positions, 360 degrees, or 360 divided by 3, 120. So every 120 degrees, we spot us a hole. Now we're gonna tap it.
Them beans is really dark.
Yeah, they look good. Really good.
Yeah, we had fun. Or I did with the kids. They was good.
Oh, that's good.
The dogs was so glad. I think they heard your car before you ever pulled in the drive.
Probably so.
I tell you, Itsy went down them steps flying. she was glad you all was home.
Yeah. We was glad to be home.
There's my cucumbers right there.
Hi, Butters.
You know, that's a one piece of wood split. So let's do
I ain't even picked up a stick for this winter.
Stacked in the barn, but in dry to use this winter. Poor little. One thing about it, right now is a great time to do this.
Yeah. Had to wait till it's almost dark before it get cool enough to where you could even stand to do this. Or you wouldn't have wanted to do that earlier today. Definitely too hot. Yeah. Oh yeah, fog them up. Hello, love.
Hello. Yeah, buddy.
Come on, buddy.
Packing up stickers on my finger.
Alright, so I want to remove this to tap it. And I'm just gonna, I don't want to mar it up, you know, this is aluminum. So we got a 3/4 inch collet and a square collet block here. I'll use this thing to hold on to it. Hopefully this guy will open up enough. Yeah. There we go. So now I didn't lose my index, and I can power tap this. This just needs clearance holes in it. Alright, so this piece deburred top and bottom, and that's it really, other than a keyway in this thing, but I don't have time to do the rest of that today. So we'll just stop here. I think that looks pretty good. We'll get it off here, get the bolts in it, and get a look at it. So I'll have to get some matching hardware, but I can get that at work. And we've got plenty of it. But you get the idea. Other than the keyway, other than being finished, it's complete. So I'll put a keyway in it, and then we'll have a pulley that's, or a stirrer that's plenty capable of handling the side loads that this belt will put on it. There we go. Slide it together. And that's pretty much it. So this is a typical job that I would do at my day job. You know, I may do a few of these, and you know, I may never do another one again. Working in a research environment, you know, I just do what they ask me to do, or I try to make the equipment that they have work in the way that they need it, which is always unpredictable. Everything changes, but it's a lot of fun, that's for sure. No 2 days are exactly the same. You know, this, welding, you know, stuff like that. So, I have to say that you know, I definitely do like my regular job, which is rare for a lot of people. So there we go. That'll work, I hope. Alright guys, I think that's it. Well, that is it this week. That's all I got time for. Man, it's been busy, and you know, it's been a short week. Just got back from the bash, and you know, I've got all this other stuff that I have to take care of, gardening, yard, you know, you name it, my real job. But I'm glad to have this almost done, and it should work just fine. I don't see why it wouldn't. It wasn't designed to take a side load from the top, but you know, it's going to have to work because it's all we got. The bearings in these are huge, so there's no reason why it wouldn't hold up. They last forever, and it requires very little belt tension because there's not much force required to turn this thing, so it should work forever, for a long time. So thanks for watching, guys. Big thanks to the guys who helped the channel in any way through the link in the description on my videos, or you know, whatever, like the safety gear for my son. I really appreciate that. That definitely makes me feel better because he really rides that bike. He does not baby it at all. He went from nervous to get on it to making me nervous when he rides it. So yeah, I'm fine with that, but you know, he needed the gear, so that was a good thing. So thank you very much. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that. It always feels good to see the channel grow instead of go backwards like they do sometimes. You know, people work hard on their channels in order to make content, and when things go backwards, it's not good. So if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And thanks for watching, guys. If you need anything, contact me through my email. Make sure you can click on the little guy and subscribe to the channel. And that's it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.